Hello, welcome to the Age of Listening channel. I'm going to be doing fire signs, Aries, Leo and Sag now. I will be doing a general spread, and I do really recommend you listen to that before heading over to the timestamp, which I'll put in description for the separate Aries, Leo and Sag reading, because they really do show a full picture. But we're going to do 2 oracle cards at the top, and then I will be doing love, general feeling of the individual, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then finances and career. I was told today to put a romance card in somewhere, so I'm going to do that. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it, but I shall attempt it. So hello fire signs. Oh, shall I take that? No, I'm not going to take it. How are you all doing? It's May. It's my birth month. Really excited. My sons are actually going to get me a fantastic present, and I'm just waiting on it to be delivered. But I hope you're having a great time wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Okay, one more shuffle and then we'll get going. So the first one is, I can relax into my natural well-being, and I'll read that out in a minute. Let's read it now, actually. The essence of all that you appreciate is constantly flowing into and creating your reality. As you appreciate your state of appreciation, sorry, I'll read that again. The essence of all that you appreciate is constantly flowing into and creating your reality. And actually, that's why I have this here. Appreciation, not gratitude. Appreciation is so much of a higher vibration, believe it or not, than gratitude. As you appreciate, your state of appreciation opens more channels that allow you more for which to feel appreciation. And you know, if you're doing any meditation, I strongly recommend that you sit in a seat of appreciation, and dwell on that word appreciation, because it's such a powerful place to be. Because when you appreciate things, you're in a state of acceptance, you're being present, and you are feeling like all is well with the world. Where gratitude, I don't know, I've never been able to really understand why I don't like gratitude. I think it's because gratitude is thankful for where you are, which is great, but it's more of a full stop, where appreciation is an ongoing process. That's the only way I can explain it. Anyway, right, cutting the card. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Now, I had this last month, and what do I remember from it? Whether it's you know, warrior person, whether you're male or female, whatever. And if I remember rightly, it's about looking at the possibilities of things that you can do in your life. Have you taken the opportunities as they've arisen in your thought consciousness and made it into reality, and going out there and fulfilling your dream? Because you only have one dream, don't you? Okay, so I've been told to do this, so I'm going to do this. These are they're not all about love and romance, but more often than not, I only break them out if I'm really doing that. a love. They're so old, they're falling apart, but I can't get them again now, and they're quite expensive. But let's have a, I think they're a Doreen Virtue one, but so love and relationships for fire signs, general. Take back your power. I haven't got the book anymore, I don't think. So Archangel Raziel, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So it is all about appreciation, moving into where you really would like to be, and use that God-given intuition and power to manifest blessings in your life. So are you possibly somebody who's wanting something in your love life to do something? I don't know what it is, and but you need to put your best foot forward. So this is a general for fire, and then we'll go a bit more into detail with the individuals. Okay, so one more shuffle. It's a better shuffle. I'm going to do another one and then cut. Okay, so this is present. Oop. And this is gosh, how do I do this? It's been a while since I did this now. And this is the advice. So at the present in your relationships, we've got here the sevens. This is my teenage card. When I think about the Chariot card, it's head over heart. It's a decision card. It's asking you to make a decision on, is it head over heart? Do I do what I want to do, or do I do what I feel I want to do? Because sometimes what you feel you want to do isn't necessarily what you should do, because your heart is your feelings, it's coming from feelings, and sometimes our feelings can be not really on the right path. So yeah, okay, so there's decisions to be made. You're probably ruminating over something, and you're being asked, this card really asks you to use some spiritual awareness, and the advice is go for stability. I look at the Four of Cards as some people do, because fours are about manifestation, foundations and stability, but this card's about social structures. So social structures are celebrations of any sort, so that you sort of kind of conform within society. You know, it's law and order, it's habits, any sort of small events like birthdays, and stuff like that. So probably you may be in a situation where you're thinking, should I do it or should I go? And this is a go card. So if there's a meeting that you need to attend, a celebration that you need to go to, then do it. If it's a situation where you're trying to figure out, should I get married, should I not, should I go to this birthday party and whatever, I don't know. But it's saying yes, do go, or yes, conform to whatever is being asked of you. But you know, don't hold me down to that. Don't get married just because I say so, because you know, it's about head over heart, and sometimes our head can be better than our heart, and sometimes our heart can be telling us oops, bit of nudity. Sometimes our head can be sometimes our head can be telling us the right thing, but sometimes it's our heart that we need to listen to, or sometimes it's our heart that we're not listening to because we want what we want, and it's our head that needs to be, okay, you know, you're feeling this way, you're feeling like this is probably not the right decision to make, but I really, really want it, so you go and do it. Where actually you've got to look at your heart and say, you know, if there's a nagging worry or concern, or I've just got to, you know, oh, just because you right, this is what I'm trying to say. The amount of people that get married and know deep down they shouldn't be walking down the aisle happens a lot. And but they do it anyway because they think, well, the flowers have been bought, everything's been organized, and you ignore your heart. Or you could say intuition. So your intuition is screaming at you, but your head says, you know, this is what I should be doing, so therefore I should do it. And, you know, and I'm saying that there is a decision there. You are in decision city, or there is an opportunity for you to that you're in right now where you're wanting to make a decision, and you're not really sure what to do. And but this is a good card. Fours are about forming and some sort of stability, and the fours are set up like a structure. So there is a certain amount of there's a certain amount of manifesting that you're going to move forward into. So yeah, you'll know that is specific to you. Now in general, and it doesn't surprise me in the least, we have the World card. So you are at a turning point where you're starting something new. We don't know which one this is yet because I've not got to this. I generally find the generals lead like a couple. I mean, very rarely are they all intertwined, but you are, when we look at 21 is 3 is growth and creativity. So the World card is the cycle of the game is starting again, starting afresh. And the advice is beautiful card of independence, which is attainment, fulfillment, fruition. She has everything she needs. It's generational wealth sort of card, and it's a very happy, very positive card. So the advice is to be independent. And I mean, something comes to me as I'm reading this, because I'm sort of seeing, if I was taught, I mean, you can't possibly do a general reading and it be for everybody, but take out of it what you want. And also, I always like people to meditate when they do these readings, because you know, your guide will stick something, or your higher self will stick something out and like put a pin in it, and for you to take more notice of than the rest of what I'm saying. So bear that in mind. But what's kind of coming to me looking at the 4 and the 9 here is that it's forming something new that's independent. I mean, it could be that you're leaving home and seeking independence, but you've got relationships and you're thinking, what shall I do? Well, the 4 and the 9 go together really well, because actually it can be going out, because she's got pentacles, and pentacles are always about the physical world, the material world, you know, sex, sorry, I didn't say that, success and prosperity, family, body health, you know, it's all the day-to-day life. And so you can be moving out into a workplace, but we've not gone to career yet. But this could be a story of somebody who's quite young, who's leaving home, and this is quite clearly saying, in general, you need to seek independent living. But that could be to get married, you know. So let's see at career. I've written on my card here because I always view the strength card as 11. I don't see it as 8. You'll have to look into that on your own because it's quite a complicated thing. But anyway, I view it as 11. 11 is all about, it's a spiritual master level. So you are mastering and learning through self-control of emotions, looking at mystic abilities, being open-minded. It's the goddess Isis, who sits in rulership over her life. So really fantastic cards. And the advice is sort of go for it. So this is to do with finances and career. And you see kind of the Knight of Swords who rushes against the wind. So he's rushing against conformity. So where the Knight of Pentacles will sort of stand there looking ahead and being quite thoughtful, this knight, he's kind of rushing against, imagine you've got a wind coming towards you. It's hard work, isn't it? But he doesn't have a worry about that. He's just rushing straight in. It's the making of a situation, and he's going to make that situation work for him. Wow. Okay, so they are fantastic. Let's go straight into Aries. So hello Aries people, how are you all doing, my little entrepreneurs who are fantastic at making things happen? Let's see what we have for you in love general. Oh, don't you hate that when that happens? Just shows you how much the few. Okay. Start again. Haven't used these cards for a while. They're so pretty though. I don't know why I don't. I'm part Gemini, so I get really bored with cards. So I have to kind of switch it around. Please comment, like and subscribe for my channel. It really helps because it helps with the algorithms. Okay. One more shuffle and see if I can do a good one this time. Better. Okay, so we have, I don't know if I'll turn that over. I don't usually do reverses. So love and success, again, choice. So you've got choice here. This is about juggling, but this is with the two cards. For me, this card is always showing that lives are full of ups and downs. And in spite of all of those ups and downs, life is all about juggling. It's always about looking at the different things and opportunities that we have coming in our life. But it's a fun card. It's number 2. It's a jolly card. It's saying life is this. This is what life is like, you know, get used to it. And I kind of always think of him because he's quite young. I sort of see him as a teenager who's just left home, and he comes home to mum and he goes, but mum, I've got so much to juggle right now, and there's all these bills, you know, and all of these decisions I have to make, and it's like bumming me out. And the mum kind of turns around to him and says, yeah, that's life. That's what life is like. And it never stops. So that's where you are at the moment. With a general reading, you've got the 7s of reflection and assessment, again with and also about having control, trying to have control over it. You have control over a situation by reflecting and assessing. It's a decision-making card. And then we've got this upside down at the moment. This is you're working hard. I'll bear in mind that it's upside down. Probably you're coming into a period where you're going to be working really hard. Eights, mastery, accomplishment, but action, you know. And sometimes when the eights are the other way, it means you're either choosing in the work of career and finance, by the way. It could be that you're procrastinating a bit, actually, but here is upright. It's getting on with it. There's things you've got to do. So if we were to put these two together, then I would say you've probably got to get on with it, and whatever it is, you're in the thought processes, but you've got to kind of get out of the thought process and actually do something about whatever it is, because they're all pentacles, so it's all about the physical earthly world. So yeah, I kind of, I wonder if probably you're not in a love place at the moment. Possibly that might be it. But let's move on to the advice then. So the advice over here in the love and relationships, and it can be family, it doesn't have to be, you know, a man, it can be sons and daughters and friends. I mean, I class this as the world is at your oyster. I mean, 7 is about reflection assessment, but he's stood on top of the world. And, oh, actually, hold on a second. Sorry about that, the interruption. So sorry. So as I was saying, he has, with wands, you know, we're looking at that sort of powerful, bold, passionate, kind of fast, living by the seats of your pants. You've got all of these, you have got all of these actions and emotions and motivations that are coming at you from every angle, and you have to make that assessment and decision making about where to plant your energy. That's what I get from that. And so if we're looking at a love relationship or any partnerships or whatever, I think there's I kind of think there's slight indecision city again here. I think there's lots here. And probably it's not a negative thing, actually. Probably it's just that you've got lots of options, and you've got lots of energy to go for it, and you know, you may be a bit of a playboy or a playgirl, you know, and you're loving the life. I mean, I always see 7s anyway as assessing. And probably you need to be a bit more. Probably you need to be a bit more prudent in where you put your energy. Is there a lot of chaos? So is there a lot of options that you may have? I mean, when I see this, a lot of people call it standing on higher ground, or there may be a lot of gossip around you, and you're kind of having to sort of fight off the drama a bit. Possibly, could that be it? And this is asking you to think really carefully about all of this energy that's coming at you. Let's yeah, you need to think deeply. You need to go in with your intuition on this one with the Moon card, and I think there needs to be some clarity. The fact that it's Pentacles is kind of family and friends anyway. I think you need to take some time aside, and because there's a lot coming at you. So take some time, go within, probably be very thoughtful about the situation and what's really going on, because this is also like the hidden card. So there can be things that are going on, and actually if you just see something at face value, there's probably something else that's going on behind the scenes that you don't really know, and hidden motives from other people possibly. Okay, so in general, we spoke about the sevens. I understand, you understand hopefully what that means now. But the advice is with the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a beautiful card. We always see that as luck and joy, abundance, emotion. So be positive, you know, dream big. You're being given, you're asked to give yourself or to stand within the Ace of Cups, which is joy and abundance, intuition, go with your heart, you know. So it's just a general positive, because it's only a 1, and 1s are new opportunities or potential new beginnings. So it's be positive. And then you'd think this should be over here. It's not. So with work and career, finances, we have, I mean, this is a bold, I class the Knight of Cups as somebody who has the, what's the word I'm looking for? He's my boy toy card. He kind of comes in with an awful lot of bluster and bravery, because he kind of knows what he wants to get and he's going to get it. And, you know, he's full of pomp and ceremony and he's out to impress. Yeah, probably there is some need for you to push yourself forward in career and finances, and because this guy isn't shy of coming up to you and saying, you know, what is it Joey used to say in Friends, how you doing? So a different generation probably, but yeah, he kind of comes up and goes, how you doing? And so yeah, I think that's a really positive spread actually. So I think make decisions, move forward, be positive, and get yourself out there and be seen. It is with the Knight of Cups there. Okay, we'll go to Leo now. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm hoping I'm not gonna sneeze. Hello, Leos. Very positive so far for May for fire signs. And let's see what, I know quite a lot of Leos. Oh, that was messy. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to do that again. I've got into my head. Better. Right, so we have romance, love, family, general, and finances and career. This is where you are. This is the advice that you should take. Well, you shouldn't. You don't have to take it. Totally up to you. But you're feeling in. Oh, this is great. I love these two cards because it is such a defined set. These two. The Queen of Cups has boundaries. And the advice is, it's coming down. It's coming down. The situation, whether you like it or not, is going to change. Remember, this is friends, partners, family. She has boundaries for a reason. She's still progressing to the King of Cups, emotionally, to do with emotional maturity. And so for her, when I get these two cards together, she's feeling guarded for a reason. That's how I see it. So and with the Tower card always means it's kind of, you've been not doing something for such a long amount of time that your life, spit it out, Rachel. The Tower card is like, if you put off a confrontation with somebody, then life is going to put you into a situation where it's going to, you're going to be put into a situation where you will be you will have to confront. Why can't I not get that out? There's Higher Source Tarot. She always says, "Let go or be dragged." And so what you were putting off is going to happen, because it needs to happen in order for you to move forward, because it's keeping you stagnant. There, got it out in the end. Now with the Star, no, this is the Temperance card. I don't like Roman numerals. It always, and if I change a deck, I've got awful memory, so it makes me, it really kind of screws with my brain. But this is the Star card, and yes, it can be classed as the what is it with Leos? I'm really struggling. Okay. She is the centered conduit. She does what the priestess thinks. But it's also the incoming of a situation where life is going to change. Because yes, she's feeding, she usually has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. But something quite monumental is going on at the moment in your life. And because when the star appears, it's a bit like the Star of Bethlehem. When the star appears, you know that something is on the horizon. And so, and it's going to change everything. It's going to change your emotions. It's going to change your surroundings. There's something quite big. And the advice is the Page of Swords, which is actually react, from the gut, react. So I can see there's quite a similarity here. There's quite a lot of emotion. And you're to speak it out. So if you're somebody who is, I mean, I don't normally see this as a great card because he's not particularly that mature. He's a young page, and usually I wouldn't give this as an advice card, because he can often say and do things that aren't that wise. But actually here it's saying just speak from your gut. First thing that comes out your mouth, actually say it. And the only reason why I say that is because it's twinned with the advice of the Tower card. So are you going to be in a situation where the Tower falls and it's saying don't be the usual Leo self? And that's, they tend to hold back because you're all about fitting in with society. You're all about, you know, blend in to do well. I mean, Aries, okay, Aries is probably not, but you kind of, with Leo and Sagittarius particularly, you tend to err on the side of, well, let's not burn bridges. And here is kind of a burn bridge, because he's a burn bridger. And so there might be a situation coming up where you're being asked to just say it. Just do it, just say it, just react, because swords are about the mind. It's about, you know, clarity of thought, but it's also about sharp edge of truth. You know, it's also about justice and also about victory as well. But it's I just do it. Be a bit more spontaneous, because it's coming down anyway. So, and I'm not saying go down with the bridge, but I am saying possibly, you know, everyone else can speak their truth. Why can't you? You know, Because we have to learn, especially in this day and age, we have to learn to speak our truth. And actually, I think that needs to be said. So let's go to finances and see the situation and if it corresponds at all. This is, for me, she's sitting on her stone seat. She's blindfolded because she's not going to be, she's going to have, yeah, gosh, there's such a lot. I don't know what's going on. Right, okay. I had something for you guys. If you're still here after this carbuncle of a reading, I had a word for somebody, and I didn't know where it was going to come out. And it's from a film called Chaos Walking, and the quote is, "The noise is a man's thoughts or woman's thoughts unfiltered, and without a filter, a man is just chaos walking." Okay, I'll read that again. "The noise is a man's thoughts unfiltered, and without a filter, a man is just chaos walking." Well, this person here has got a filter on, which is why she's blindfolded. She has that filter. There's choices to be made, but she's not, because she's sat on her stone seat, she is not perturbed by outward situations, because she will, I know it's twos of choice, but it's about balance. She has a balanced mind in the areas, this is career and finances. She has a balanced mind, and she is going to, she is very self-protected. There are hidden things going on in the background and lots of water, but she's being guided by her intuition. She's in a rested place. Okay, and the advice is, I know this is kind of the autoimmune card, but nines to me are about attainment and fulfillment. Because tens are 1 and 0, comes to 1, means you're starting again. And so this is the end. You have reached the pinnacle of your boldness and ambition. And if he was happy, if you changed this card and it was just a plain nines for Marseille, the Tarot de Marseille, it would just be 9 wands. And 9 wands are about completion of progress. So you've used all of your drive and ambition and passion and boldness in your life, and you are about to fulfill what you've been moving towards. So I see this as an encouraging card to say that, realize that there is a fulfillment here. I mean, I'm kind of seeing that. Yeah, I think there's, are you working, is your love life and your work life intermingled in some way? But the advice here is just keep on going, because you are almost there. You're pretty much there. Before you've completed in something. Sorry, really difficult reading this one. I feel like this is where you need to concentrate on. Here with career, I would, you're doing everything great, so just keep doing it. Is how I feel. Oh, that was a really difficult read there. But as I say, with every single reading, you've kind of got to take a sentence out of the whole thing and focus on that, what stood out to you. But is just keep plodding on with career and finance. Just keep going for it, really. Okay, so Sagittarians. Love my Sagittarians. 2 of my sons are Sagittarians. I know them well. Let's see what the month of May has in store for you. Career. Love, general, career. I'm going to have that upside down for now. Ooh. Ah. Okay, so sorry, just let me collect my thoughts for a second. Just need to have a little think. Temperance card. I'm struck by these 2 cards here, if I'm honest. Well, remember that this is something, if I was to read this upright, something new is starting, and the advice is temperance. And temperance is quite an old word that we don't often use anymore, and it comes from the word tempered. And when I look at that for career and finance, how I see it is like you're tempering steel. There is a refining that needs to happen. You know, when you are making a sword and you're tempering the metal, it's through the banging or the melting or the smelting or whatever it's called process. Through processing is how we move forward to be stronger and to be what we should be. So when I look at this, something is coming, or rather something is about to change in your life in career, and you might not see it yet, or you might know it's coming but it hasn't actually happened yet. But this has to happen. What the advice is, the advice card is, it kind of has to happen to temper your life at the moment. It's happening, so you may be losing a job or changing jobs, and it's a bit scary, but it kind of has to happen because you're going to be learning new things. You're going to be learning new skills. You're going to be you're not going to like it. You know, the whole process of being tempered is violent and strong, and it feels like it's happening to you, but you will be stronger because of it. So you've kind of got to surrender to it, because as she's pouring the cups one into another, she's kind of pouring it like this. That's the tempering. And she's getting, it's almost a little bit like, I'm really focusing on the water as she's pouring from one to another. You're aerating the water. You're bringing life into a situation, but it's something that you have to do, because it leads you, as you see, the path leads in between the 2 mountains. And when I look at temperance, I mean, it's often seen as kind of moderation, slowing down, or balance as well. But I see it as, it does create balance, which it's a new opportunity coming into your life. And whenever you experience different things, you are able to make your repertoire larger. You are expanding your horizon by expanding your abilities and your gifts and knowledge. Whenever we have a new situation in life, it helps us grow because we know more. So that really stuck out to me, those two cards. So let's have a look. Because we have the Wheel of Fortune for general. I mean, the King of Cups is a lovely card, but this is general, and you know, this is a master of the sea realms, master of the emotions and the subconscious mind. You know, he's very steadfast, and Sagittarians are so steadfast, almost steadfast to the point of not moving. But he doesn't let his mind be screwed by his emotions here. He is powerful and immovable by surroundings, and so I'm probably this worry about your world being turned upside down. That might be an issue. You know it's coming. And the advice is the Wheel card. I mean, good grief. You've got the World card and the Wheel card. This is expansion. Same with here. This is expansion. And you know, you've got the end of an important cycle and the beginning of another. It was going to happen, you know, it's the Destiny card. It was going to happen, but it's to expand you. And it's because it's an advice card. Yes, it's always good, and Sagittarians like to have their ducks in a row. But it's preparation, and preparation is kind of probably what Sagittarians prefer to live in that preparedness place. So let's look at love and relationships. Well, where you are right now, it's the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is a great card. It's you're feeling your stuff, yeah? You're feeling you. And but it's asking you right now, I mean, this is friends, relatives, and relationships with close relationships with other people. And it's not a negative card. It's a good card. It's not a particularly deep card. But actually, I think that's Sagittarius. Sagittarius are so funny. They think really deeply, but love is a transaction, and that's how they see it. So, and I say that because the advice card is the Fours, and the Fours are about you've got to keep something back. Yes, it can be the resting card, but you've got the Threes of growth here, and they're on the wall, so it's some growth's happening. I mean, you know, tell me about it. So growth's happening, but there is a sword here, but in the Rider-Waite-Smith it's underneath, which says you know, there is a new opportunity, potential new beginnings coming on the horizon, but I kind of tend to see it as keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I don't know why, but just keep that thought to yourself for now, because it is happening. It is happening. Okay, I'm not going to say any more on that because that was such a good reading. Okay, we'll leave it there for fire signs. I hope you have a great May. Give me a like and subscribe.